Hi guys, we are already into October. It's hard to believe, but we are. That September went really fast. So we are continuing on with informative writing. So within the next few days, you should be able to write 4 paragraphs to answer that prompt question, and then transform that into an actual document so that it looks like an essay. So I'll show you here in just a minute what I'm talking about. But your objective is I can write paragraphs to create an informative essay. So your success criteria, knowing that you are successful in this objective, is I can write an intro with a hook, bridge, and thesis. I can write body paragraphs with a topic sentence, cited evidence, and concluding sentence. And then I can write a conclusion with a transition, restatement of my thesis, and a final thought. So if you have your real book at home, on page 228, there's 2 examples of how you can hook the reader in. You want to hook the reader in by telling them something exciting, giving them a vivid description, an important fact, just some way to draw them in so that they want to read your essay. So I'm going to ask that you, when I'm done with this video, okay, this will be in the slides so you can bring this up and type one of them in, but you are going to, let me just show you what this actually looks like. I have attached this to your module for today, and all you have to do is look back at this example here and choose one of these ways to hook the reader in. I will allow you to use this one or this one. You just have to type it in as is. Okay, so you will choose one and then type it in right here. Okay, and that's your hook. You'll notice in my example I've highlighted what the hook is. I've highlighted what a description is of what you're going to be talking about. And then I've highlighted in pink your thesis statement, which we in class worked on this past week. Okay, so that should already be written in your book, and you can wait to type that in when you come to class. If you are a full-time virtual learner, a thesis statement basically is just you're mentioning the 2 people, and then you're telling me how they reacted. And in this case, the example says they reacted with determination. Okay, so the whole point of showing you examples is it's a mentor. It's supposed to teach you how to write. So be sure to look at these examples and model your own writing after this. Okay, so you have a hook, and I am allowing you to use one of those 2 right here, and you'll type it in that first box. Okay, so a bridge is a description of why you're telling me this fact in your hook. Okay, you want to explain your bridge to me and how it bridges together your hook and your thesis. Do you see how that works? We call this a bridge because it connects the hook and the thesis together. Okay, so I'm asking you to try changing the sentence in yellow into different words and type it in your box, because we're all answering the same prompt. Instead of saying Americans reacted to his death in many different ways, how else can I say this exact sentence? Okay, you're going to switch it up, and once again, you are going to type it right here in the box. Okay, so after you fill in the hook, you're going to say this in a different way and type it right behind the hook. And then your thesis, again, if you're at home and you don't have your real book with you, you can type in your thesis when you get here. But your thesis was on page 229, and we wrote those out. So all you have to do now is type that in, and your introduction should look similar to this. Okay, so you will type it right in to that document. So let's talk about body paragraphs. Okay, the body paragraphs are like the meat of your sandwich. Okay, it's the heartiest, it's the most detailed, has the most information. Okay, now each body paragraph, and again, use this as an example, read through it. It's not very long, so your paragraph also does not have to be very long, but each one starts off with a topic sentence. And if you don't know what a topic sentence is, it's one sentence at the beginning of the paragraph that lets your reader know what they're going to be reading about. So let's read this together. It says, Major Henry Rathbone was determined not to let Booth flee Ford's Theater. Well, what's this paragraph going to be about? It's going to be all about him not letting Booth flee. Okay, so after I give you this topic sentence, I want to give some evidence from the text, and you'll know that chasing Lincoln's killer, it's italicized, right? You can italicize it too or put quotations around it, but you have to do that when you say an article or a text name. And then you say, describes how Rathbone attempted to stop Booth. And then you're proving this to me. So the next thing you need to do is prove how he tried to stop. You want to find a quote from the text. And this one says, first, Rathbone lunged for Booth, grabbing him by the coat. Okay? And then you explain that information in your own words. Now you need 2 pieces of cited evidence. So I will go down here and I will find another piece of evidence that proves he tried to stop Booth. Okay? Now we can't just end it with cited pieces of evidence. So make sure that you have a concluding sentence at the end that wraps up that whole paragraph, okay? So in this case, the example says, although Rathbone worked hard to stop Booth, Booth was still able to escape. So you're just giving one kind of like final thought about that topic that you mentioned before moving on to the next. Same situation. I'm not going to go through this one like I did with that, but the arrows point to you where the cited evidence is, what the topic sentence is. It's going to be about the new person that reacted to his death. So you'll notice Henry Rathbone is not mentioned in this one. It's now Edwin Stanton. So you'll be talking about him and proving your point that you originally said in your thesis. Okay, and it's all set up the exact same way. Yours also should look like this. And then finally, a conclusion wraps up the entire essay. In this worksheet, okay, that you're going to type in, the conclusion, I've already put the transition in conclusion in there for you because everybody needs to start off this way for this first essay. So don't take this out, type after it, okay? So in conclusion, and you want to then restate your thesis, okay? You're restating who you talked about and how they reacted, and then you want to end with one final thought of your own, okay? Their actions show the respect and admiration they must have had for their president. Because you don't want to just end it with, and that is my essay, or and that is how Henry Rathbone and Edwin Stanton reacted. You don't want to end that way. Give me one final thought. So this is what it looks like together, okay? And you'll type in these boxes. You are able to type inside of those. You can use your real book for cited text evidence. If you are a hybrid learner today, or if you are a full-time virtual, I have also attached this, the workshop for readings. It has every single reading that we've done in this workshop, and you can pull any of these up and you can take text evidence from them so you're able to cite, okay? So again, these have quotations around them. I took it from the text. You will also have to do that. So if you don't have an actual physical real book in front of you, I have included all of the readings here, so you can't say to me, well, I didn't know how to cite or I didn't know where to cite it from, because I've provided all of that for you. Don't forget your software time. Yeah, I know you are sick of hearing me say this, but we are at the end, and software is very important. Again, the most I've seen so far is about 4 segments. And although that's okay for this quarter, we've got to step it up for next quarter, okay? Anywhere between 5 and 8 is your goal for next quarter. And that when I say 5 to 8, I mean segments of your software. And if you're not getting on it every day, you're not going to reach that goal, okay? And then your 20 minutes of reading, you can keep this slide up and use the little timer right down here. Just hit play. And when that timer goes off, then you are done reading. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If I see you in class tomorrow, just be prepared to transfer over those paragraphs into an actual document, because these essays, I would like to grade them before we leave for fall break. So please get on today. Please start your essay in those paragraphs and have a wonderful day.